Good morning, everyone. Today we are on day 26 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And remember, I'll put a link down below to all the still shots on Facebook and then to all the people that are doing YouTube videos. And I hope I remembered to put those on there. Sometimes I forget, and then it's like a day or two later, it's like, oh, I remember now. Okay, today's sketch artist is Lisa Marie, and she has a one paper down here that it's actually, from my figuring, it is what, 10.5 by 8, and then she has some hexagons, and she's got another hexagon up here and a banner and a floral. She's got florals here, a title right up here, and 2 vertical photos. And remember, it's like you might see people do it this way, which would be really cute too. I mean, just any way they can switch it around. It's like, it's just there to inspire you. And it doesn't have to be flowers. You could use something in place of hexagons. I mean, you could use like little Polaroid things or frames, because I actually considered that. But I do have a hexagon die that I got this hexagon die from Amazon, and I thought I had set it out here so I'd show you. Oh yes, I did. Okay, so it's like they're a bunch of nesting dies. So this is the smallest, this is the biggest, and the ones I used today are these 2. So the one just above the smallest, and then about the 4th one in, I think, yes. So those are 2 that I used today. And the paper I'm using is, well, this is actually a craft consortium. And then the turquoise or teal, or maybe it's mint, because actually the collection was called Mint to Be, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a hot buy pad from Michael's that I got for my daughter. And I had found a bunch of the, gotta think of what it's called. It is called Lemon Twist. They had a bunch of it at Tuesday morning. So anyhow, I had this pad from her that was actually a really nice thick pad. I think there was 2 of everything in there. And I just ended up putting the 2 things together and making a, like my own little lemon twist collection. Because I got a bunch of things from Tuesday morning. I got the frames, I got some chipboard pieces, I got that little paper dimensional pieces, I got the foam pieces. I think I got all of this from Tuesday morning. And then I've got them all in here, and so I've got them in this little pack. So I put them all together with this collection. So anyway, I think I actually have some other ones that are kind of this color that I put together, like just behind this collection. So if I ran out of stuff, which will be a long time. So anyway, I've got the 2 grandsons. They have matching shirts, and this was on Easter, and I just thought it was so cute. I had such a hard time getting this one to sit still long enough to get his picture taken with his brother. So anyhow, the big brother's kind of holding him there, and these are actually 2 pictures, but you could hardly tell because it's like he's kind of still here for a minute, and right here he's getting a big grin on his face, and he's getting up to run. So, but anyhow, I do have the 2 pictures, and then I've already got my die cuts and everything done. Oh, and they're like little stitch dies. I don't know if you can see that very good, but it's super cute. So anyway, I went and found this craft consortium because I was going to use white, and I thought, you know, it'd just be so pretty to be in the yellow, and these 2 guys love yellow. That's what Aiden would always say, that he loved yellow, and he would say, like, it's like my sunshine. And then you ask him, or Ashton, what his favorite color is, and he'll say yellow because it's like the sun. So it's like just like Big Brother. So anyway, there's this is 10.5, so that means it's what, 3/4 on each side. So I've actually already marked my paper. Oh, and isn't this pretty paper? So it's got like this little bit of orange on here. I just thought it was so pretty. Here's the back side. It's got a little bit of pink on it, so you can take your pick, except for I'm doing this. And I'm actually doing this twice, except for I only have one of each embellishment, because now they might have had more of the lemon twist things that day, but I just bought one because when Tuesday morning was about done, every time I went to Fort Wayne, I would go there and buy as much as I could. And so it's like I had spent my allowance and then some to get whatever I could. And I have to say, they had like this big blowout, and they really actually marked it up and marked it down. Marked it up to mark it down. But it was still better than what, you could go and buy it at the store. Okay, so that's how it starts out. That's your basic. And then over here there is going to be, well, actually just 3. And I kind of turned these so I would have like yellow on the ends, because most of it was different shades of the mint. And so I just was, kind of putting it out to the side. Okay, and okay, I'm gonna use this one now, because this is where I was using this as my measurements. And so this one actually comes up to where it's almost off, like these corners are almost off the paper. So I kind of kept that in mind when I was taping things down. And so that was about here, I would say. And so it's almost to the edge of the paper. And I think that is straight, and I'm just gonna double check it, because it will make a difference for all the other ones. Okay, and then this one here, now I really like that she did this, because it's like when I try to line up things, like the hexagons, I want them to be where they're all connected if you put them next to each other. So I'm putting them like this because that's how she had them, and I love that. And if she would have had them the other way, I probably would have did it, where they're not connected. In fact, I know I have. But this makes sense to my brain, because if you were making a quilt, then it would be like, you'd have them like this. Okay, and then I will do this one when I get to that. Okay, now let's see. I know I think I have the smiling one on this, where he's smiling a little bit more here. And he turns into a great big grin, but then he's like flying at the camera and you can't see anything behind him. So over here, this is actually, where's my ruler? When I do the little measurement, it is 2.5 from the bottom. And I actually want to erase my little mark here, because it's actually a big dark mark. And I kind of went over how I had actually, before the JPEG file, or whatever, the PDF file, whatever they had printed these out on, I had went and got some of almost all the layouts, and I just did them myself by putting them 3x3s, so that way I could just use, a 1/4 inch is an inch, and so I could do all the measurements. And I kind of went over that, I don't know, one day last week. So anyway, this one ends up going up about 2.5 inches. So I'm gonna put that, it's kind of right in the top of this here. Whoops, and I'm just about to put it upside down. So I'm gonna put it right there, and it's, I would say right about there for my measurement. And now I'm just gonna put this here too. Just kind of line it up. Okay, and then this one goes in the middle between them. And this is one I think I really want to know what the measurement is because my next picture, let's see, this one goes up 4 5/8. So maybe that's what I need to know. 4 5/8, so it's going to be right here. Maybe I'll just go ahead and put this there. And it's about 1/2 inch from this side. So if I just kind of guesstimate where that is, it's going to be right here. Oh, where's my little mark? Oh, there it is, way up there. Okay. And 1/2 inch would be right here. Because I mean, this goes almost up to, well, it's really not almost to the top, but it's up there. Okay, so that's where that goes. And now I'm gonna stick this in between them, and I'm still gonna face it the same direction even though it doesn't matter because you don't see it all. So it actually has to go like this. And let's see, was there any place where I could kind of get the yellow sticking out, because most of it is the other color. I'm gonna actually grab a hold of this and kind of put it in between there. And I just want to make sure it's straight. So that's good right there. And I'm thinking because of her lining these up, it's like if I was to fill in the whole area, these would probably link up just like it does here. In my mind anyway. Okay, and then I have 3 more that I'm going to put over here. Had a little eraser on it. Okay, so the first one, it hangs down a little bit past the picture. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna leave my yellow stick out. Every time I could line up to where the yellow sticks out a little bit, I do that. Now she has this where it's actually all in on her interior paper, but I'm gonna let it hang out just a little bit because it's hanging out a lot over here, and I just want that little bit of difference. So even though, you know, I am trying to get everything very similar, there is some little things that I just tweak for my own personal preference. Okay, and then this one here, again, I'm gonna line it up like this. And again, I got that, just that little bit hanging over there. These two have that, about that same amount there. And then this one actually comes off of here. And I do pay attention to how the flowers are facing. But lots of times they were actually facing this way or this way. But this one's actually gonna face up and down. Okay. So you see again, it's like part of the links. Okay, I had some, you know, some questions on, you know, the measurements and stuff, so I thought I'd kind of go over that stuff, especially on this one because I really used all the measurements. I just think it just kind of worked well. Okay, so this is the foam stickers, and I'm kind of gonna be careful because I gotta get both of these behind, above the pictures and not, you know, I don't want anything overlapping the children. Like even this here, it's like he's almost got his head tilted, just so I could put my title there. That's what I think when I see it there. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe about here, but maybe I'll put this, my little corner embellishment up there. So she had the little embellishment here in the corner. She's got the banner, she's got the little hexagon and the floral. And so I'm gonna put these things up here. So instead of a flower, I'm gonna put the lemon. And I'm gonna put this little hexagon. So I gotta kind of get all this to fit. And it does really without an issue, but you gotta kind of have certain things in a certain place to make sure it's all gonna fit, I guess. Okay, and this one again, I want it to be in the same orientation of the ones below it. And I think that's probably good there. I'm not pushing it down real hard. I'm gonna put this little banner here, so I don't have a banner underneath it. I'm actually gonna put it over it. And I think that's good there. I'm just gonna double check that this is straight. Okay, and so it's good there. And so I'm using one of those little ticket things that Simple Stories has, like in their packs. And I like tickets, they're fun. I think they're a fun little embellishment. And let's see, I'm gonna put it just a little bit underneath that so you can still kind of see the hexagon shape. And is that all that I have up in there? Nope, not quite. Okay, what do I have? Oh, and then I have this little bee. And remember, if you're using chipboard, because I kind of forget because I avoid buying it most of the time. I'll buy like the foam stickers and just like these regular die cut stickers because I kind of hate it that, you know, you think, oh, it's gonna stick, and then, you know, you put it down for a few minutes and you go to hang it up and it's like, nope, didn't stick. Okay, and so I've got this little bee on here, putting that there. Okay, now I think I feel comfortable to put these on because I didn't want it to run right into it. Okay, so I think that there, and I'm gonna put life here. And I think I'm gonna overlap everything just a little bit. Okay. So I think I better put life down first. So this is one of the foam stickers. And let's see, I'm gonna bring it down here a little bit. I still want to be able to see like what's on her wall. And you know, I'm stuck to the picture, so there's no checking to see if it's straight. Because things that wouldn't stick on maybe anything else, as soon as you put down a picture, it's there. Okay, and I'm gonna maybe do this. Life looks straight, hopefully this will too. I don't want to put it on top of Aiden, but I think maybe right here. And I'm going to be just about stuck to the little embellishment there. Okay. Well, I think it looks straight. I mean, it's no longer an option of changing it. Okay. And then I have this little thing that says Happy Day. It almost looks like a road sign. It's really cute. And I'm gonna stick it right here. Oh, you know what? I might have had it over further because I don't know if I'm going to get that in there. Okay, can I tuck it in? There we go. Okay, so that's there. And then I have a couple of the little brads. And I'll tell you, if I seen brads at Tuesday morning, which I must have got these there because I don't think I bought any of the lemon twist. Everything I got was at Tuesday morning. If I seen brads, I would have probably been giddy. Okay, so that's that there. Okay, now I'm going to work down here in this corner. And she, of course, has the flowers in that area. But because I'm using lemon twist, I am going to use lemons. And I'm going to remember to glue them because it will not stick. Oh, but I also want to do some tucking into this, so I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on this butterfly because I'm going to have to put these down at the same time since I got one thing that's sticky and one thing that's not. And I got to make sure I have my thing straight up. It says Sunrise Dairy something whip. Okay, so I want this kind of here. And this is just going to go over it a little bit, kind of covering up Ashton's foot, but it's cut off in the picture anyway. Okay, and then I have some more of the foam stickers. So I've got a foam heart in yellow and a foam heart in the mint color. I'm gonna call it mint since the one paper is called Mint to Be. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Oh, and I put this collection together and I did a video about it, and so if you want to see that, I'll try to remember to put it down below. Okay, so I've got one of the brads that is got a little bee on it, and the other one says, that one just says happy, and then I got a plain yellow one. Okay, so I have everything that she, suggested that we use for the sketch, and so I decided I would use these little, they're Gina Marie's, like they're half pearls, and there's black ones in here, and I thought I would use those. And so I'm gonna put some up here in this little area. I kind of like the idea of bringing more black in because we got a lot of yellow, a lot of the mint color. I'm gonna put one up in here. One down here. One here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a couple over here by this butterfly. Okay, and a couple down here. Whoops. Thought it wasn't even coming off my thing here. Okay, one here. And one over here. So this one will be for Ashton because he can't read writing, and my next one has writing, so they're both very close, same. I just stuck some other paper underneath here so it'd be easier for me to pick up. So I did both boys a layout. So here's the two of them. I love this collection, it's so pretty. Or actually, I love the paper and I love the embellishments, the two collections. And they work so well together, you would never know that they didn't go together, except for this paper has no lemon things in it at all. So that's it for today. Make sure you check out the other people, and I'll try to remember to put that link down below. I'm gonna just write link on here, so I remember to put that there if you want to go see the whole meant to be with the things, because I'm pretty sure I put it together and did a video. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Close-ups at the end.